Welcome to the installment of Property Vlogs. Guys, we are trying to squeeze in this intro before it pours it down with rain. Today we're here in Newcastle under Lyme to tour Baldwin's Gate Grange by Bellway Homes. You've seen a bit of the Bellway kind of branding around us, but really, what is this house about? This is the Lorimer. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. Its approximate size is 1,554 square feet. And at the time of us touring this development, the price range is from £260,000 to £489,500. So there's a wide selection of homes available, and this is one of them. So let's get straight into the external tour. As you can see, in this show home, they've gone with block paving, very nice, rather than tarmac. I think this is more durable. And then we've got planting at the front either side. So this is the bonus of the show home, is it's been zhuzhed up. But if you did buy this particular show home, you would get the planting as it is. But realistically, for every other plot, for every plot, you'd get the paving and lawn and some shrubbery and planting around the development. Externally speaking, we've got that red brick, and I love this brick so much. Love, love, love this brick. It's a really beautiful, interesting mixed red brick. We've got a porch canopy at the front, striking black rainwater goods, and then the whole guttering and the fascias around the house are contrasting against the red brick. I love the detailing above the windows. I like the dark grey windows as well. And there's a garage, which we'll show you more about. We'll show you more about that on the floor plan. But come, let's go inside. We're just about to escape the rain, and we don't want you to get all soaking wet. Now we're gonna go inside. So let's get comfortable, let's get warm. I'm just gonna take off my jacket and pop it on this well-positioned little rack here. And let's get straight into the tour. So we are in the hallway. You've got this pendant light. It might be a bit dim on camera. They have got the one pendant light, but remember, you can choose how many lights, whether you want spotlights all the way down there. It's up to you, depending on when you buy the plot, that is, if it's still available, that option. So first impressions, the door was black on the outside, it's white on the inside. You've got this glazed insert here and a panel down the side. Again, if you've watched our channel, you know we love these details because we love natural light coming in. I like this matting on the floor going wall to wall with this chrome strip, and then we step straight off that onto this lovely herringbone Antico, which is the brand name, flooring. But it's actually a luxury vinyl tile, which is a man-made material, but it increases the durability of the wooden flooring and it makes it very, very water resistant. So imagine on a rainy day like today, coming straight from outside, inside, dust your shoes off, but then you don't track in any splashes into here, and it's really easy to maintain. So in terms of hallways, it's really nice. You've got the staircase right in front of you. We've got really nice ceiling heights in here. Really, really generous. I think they are a little bit over the 2.4. It just feels very elevated. We've got a radiator here, our security system by the front door, and just quite a bit of space to play with. The first room leading off here is actually this formal lounge. So I'm going to walk straight in. Again, this is staging, but I will say that whenever you see the fitted furniture upstairs, it is by Hammonds, and that's an upgrade. But it's nice to see the proportions of things. This could be your focal point with your TV in the middle like they've done it, or you can just have a nice piece of artwork. This is the location for the pendant fitting, but again, this is decor. So you would get the ceiling rose with the bulb, and you can install whatever fitting you want, or you can ask for spotlights. Architectural speaking, yeah, we've got the radiator, we've got a large window with a low sill, very nice for you to kind of like scoot up. I always like a low sill, especially in the main lounge. I love informal seating and using architecture and integrating that as like furniture as well. So we've got the low sill level, we've got the wooden windowsills with the high white gloss finish, 2 opening lights here. In fact, no, 3 opening lights. Got the trickle vents bringing in lots of nice fresh air. I was going to say ventilation. You don't bring in ventilation, you bring in air. This room has been carpeted, but again, the flooring finish is up to you. You might want to continue the Antico flooring and then go for a really nice large area rug in here. In terms of furniture, with it being a rectangular room and you coming in, this is the obvious focal point, but you could create a large piece of furniture there, maybe an L-shaped sofa here. kind of to cradle this area. You can see the sizes of the lamps and the end tables are quite large, so you can definitely fit in a lot of furniture in here. Coming back into the hallway, let's get practical. We're going to highlight this under stair cupboard here. It's a store cupboard. I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse into it. Nothing fancy, just a space for your consumer unit, your telecoms, your BT, and all that stuff, the internet, all that stuff goes there. There's ample storage for shoes, boots, prams, foldable bikes. It can all go in there. And of course, we're also interested in this. Behind this oak door is your downstairs toilet. And look at the size, it's got a large mirror right in front of you. I love it, wall to wall, which makes it feel even more spacious. But when we're looking at the floor, you can see it's a really good size. In fact, it feels like it's missing a piece of furniture here. Maybe you can incorporate some low-level storage. They've gone with half-height tiling in this gorgeous porcelain tile. We've got a chrome towel rail rather than your kind of white, very functional, industrial-looking radiator. We've got our toilet with a hidden cistern. It's by Rocker. You can see there with the faceplate, and I like this little shelf here where it's functional as it's hiding the cistern, the workings of the toilet, but it's also a lovely place to put hand soaps, towels like they've done. I think it's been beautifully staged. I love the wallpaper. Again, the ceiling height elevates the space so you don't feel overly enclosed. And then we've got 2 spotlights and then an extractor or a vent above, which is bringing in lots of fresh air. So let me close that. And I just really do love the doors. And more on the doors and architraves, you can just see white high gloss doors, architraves and skirting boards. And look at this over here. Look at that. It is feeling a bit dark, guys. I think if I was to modify this, I would go for another light fixture here. But again, you can do whatever you want. But let's go straight into this space, which is our open plan living, dining and kitchen area, plus a little bit of a bonus area over there. I am really liking this. Now, if you've been on the development website, you would see lots of pictures of this, but being in this space is totally different. So the purpose of our videos is to convey to you what it's like to be in this space and to look a little bit beyond the decor and really try and convey proportions and also the feel. It's really hard to get the feel, but in terms of proportions, this is a linear space. You're going to feel a lot of pull between the 2 spaces, but that means they're really well connected. The kitchen is well integrated into the living area, with the dining being like a little bit of a pause between the 2 spaces. So we've got that glazed door. So as I'm working in this area, as I'm making food, I can just take a peek. Is anyone at the door? Did I hear the doorbell? Is anyone upstairs? I'm fully connected throughout. And this is likely an upgrade, this glazed door, versus just having a solid oak door. But again, I'm here for it. I really love that. And I can see there they've got the chrome handles there on the doors. Okay. Oh, spotted another upgrade. This is the chrome faceplates to the light switches. And I like the fact that each zone is on a different track. Love that. So there is a large radiator actually indicated by this large radiator cover. This might be a bespoke piece. I don't think this is an off-the-shelf piece, but I love bespoke pieces of furniture. A great place to put candles again and just continue this decor arrangement which we've got in front of us. So let me just turn around and actually talk about this area. So this is the living area, and it's kind of giving me a snug vibe because they've brought the furniture down to a really low level, which means you can kind of cozy up in this corner. Now, another option is if you are a TV watcher, an avid TV lover, you would obviously want to put the TV on that far walls so you can enjoy it from the kitchen area. So I would actually spin this unit around and put it against a wall so you have access here. Just sit on your sofa and you can face the TV over there. Oh my gosh, guys, that's not wallpaper. Come with me. I want to show you. Look at this. Can you see the way my fingers are moving? This is actually 3D wall paneling. I love it. It's like fluted. I love that rippling effect. Really, really nice. It's a nice little surprise. Again, really good focal point. Your TV should go on this wall. Your bookcase will go on this wall. Your artwork goes on this wall. You have a window bringing in lots of light. This is a raised windows. So again, it is out of the way. You have lots of wall space to play with. I really like this area. Moving into the central space, we've got a large, I think it's an 8-seater, because I know there's a bench, but this is probably 3 on this side, on 3 on that side. But again, if you want to give a more roomier feel, do what they've done and go with a 6-seater. So 4 on the sides and 2 at the ends. I like it. The drop down pendant, very lovely feature. You could have gone with spotlights if you wanted instead. But again, it's a really nice use of the space. And they've gone with like quite a large table, to be honest, and large chairs, which really definitely fills up the space. Moving from this dining area, now I want to talk about this. So this is double doors. And then we've got 2 opening lights, so you can bring in fresh air through here and here. And then this whole unit configuration allows you to access your garden area. So this is the perfect time for us to cut straight to our garden tour and show you more. Now I'm going to show you the garden tour. There's a bit of noise, or maybe it's not being picked up at all, but you would go to the garden this way through your timber gate. You would not have this kind of mixing of the different properties. You'd have a fence, and it's going to make sense, guys, bear with me. This is a show home, so they've removed the divisions between the different house types. There is a house called the Watchmaker right here, which we have actually toured, and we're here to view the Lorimer. So imagine, use your imagination, there's a fence all the way here, right here. So these 2 properties are completely separated visually and also literally. And then we've got another fence line. We have to imagine another fence line over here between this house type and that house type. But when we actually look at what we have a substantial lawn, a substantial paved area for barbecues, garden furniture, and then the back of our house has this red brick that we saw in the front with the soldier courses, the vertical red bricks above the doors and the windows. I really like the mix of everything. We've got the option for security lighting, sockets, external sockets, and taps at the back, which is just a general thing across the whole development. You can see around the perimeter of the home, we've got a gravel border, which I like to see. That's very helpful in terms of drainage. And also you won't get that kind of water stains on the paving. There's a step up, a very modest step up between the inside and the outside, so you're not tracking water in. And this is pretty much what you're going to get, a beautiful lawn. The planting and the trees are judged up for your entertainment, but if you were to buy this off plan, you'd get the paving and the lawn. So let's get straight back into the internal tour. As you can see, or maybe you didn't notice, it wasn't actually as rainy when we toured the garden, but as you can see now, the weather is really taking a turn. So we're really happy that we're back inside. Continue with the rest of our tour. Now we're going to move to our kitchen area. It's like an L-shaped kitchen, a wraparound kitchen with a little bit of a station over here. If we start over here, I bet you can already guess what's behind here. But before we go into what's behind, look at the finishes of this. This is pretty incredible. In fact, let me grab the camera and show you something. I'll bring it back. Isn't this amazing? I love this finish. It is just stunning. I don't know if the camera's bringing it up. That is pretty incredible. Now let Brian do his job. So I love that. That is a kind of like such a beautiful experience, that texture. So that is an option you can go for. And you can go for these kind of like really brushed antique brass handles. Again, they're like pull handles, as you can see. And then that is your fridge. And this is your freezer in a 70-30 arrangement, and it's by Electrolux. You've got storage above there, hinge doors on soft closers, and a double oven arrangement. Again, these appliances are by Electrolux, and you've got storage underneath, and everything just tucks away without the banging and the clanging. I'm loving the fact that we're seeing sealant all the way around the bottom. You are going to want to mop spills and brush things away. And by the way, that this area doesn't mean there's no sealant. They've actually put the correct plastic trim at the bottom of the baseboards, so you're not going to get crumbs kind of going underneath the kitchen counters and the cabinets, and it's just wrapping all the way around with some parts of the exposed edging being fully sealed. I love that. Again, that's a shout out to Newbuild Homes, because you're not going to have all those little crevices and crannies, nooks and crannies that things can hide away, where insects, bugs, guys, that's a real thing, especially after the heat waves in this summer, guys. I don't know if you had your own fair share of challenges, but yeah, so that basically takes that fully away. I love this work surface. I love it. I even love the feel of it. And I'm trying to identify what it is, what product it is. And I don't like to guess. I like to say what I know and what's been confirmed, or what we've been told. I don't like to guess, because it's all there. Click the link in the description, speak to the sales team. They'll tell you exactly what this is. But just to let you know, this is an option. There are many other different worktops you can go for. You can see the chrome faceplates there. I love the window above the sink. Again, I absolutely love that. And this tap, this mixer tap with the extra function there, 1.5 bowl sink. The grooves of the strainer are into the work surface, so it's easy to kind of drain off water. And then you've got ample work surface for appliances there. You've got the downlighters underneath there. Love that. And more storage underneath. And I like the fact they've color matched the interiors of the cabinets as well. That's really, really lovely, because that could have just been a plain white carcass on the inside there. And yeah, I know carcass is a bit of a jarring word, but sometimes these boards, these cabinets, the interiors, the framework is known as the carcass of the kitchen cabinets. We've got the extractor fan there. That looks to be an Electrolux product. And then we've got our 4 gas burner there, hob. We've got our cutlery and utensil drawer there, ready for you to just start mastering all your favorite recipes. Oh, I forgot to shout out, this is where the dishwasher lives. It's a full-sized Electrolux dishwasher. And we've got more storage here and here, like so. And the lights continue all the way around. Again, we love to see stuff like the color matched sealant, so you don't even notice it's there. So again, spills don't go around the back. That is amazing. So that is the specification offered by the Bellway Homes. The sealant all the way around, color matched all the way down, and then changed to white to match the skirting boards. And again, you can see the sealant is here as well. Extra details, technical details. This is why you're watching property vlogs. We're not just here to talk about, oh, the house looks nice, oh, the house looks pretty. It's also about little things. So you can go out and do your property search and make sure that you're comparing apples and apples and oranges rather than different things. This oak door takes you into your bonus utility laundry room, which they've kind of themed to be like a dog utility. So the little pooch sleeps there in that beautiful basket. You've got a door, a very large door actually. I love that. Easy for bringing stuff in and out of the garden. You wash your clothes in here in the utility with your integrated washer dryer by Electrolux, and then take them out to dry. Sorry, that wasn't on a soft closer because it's an appliance. However, everything else is on a soft closer. So you've got a singular sink and lots of worktop to work with. And then your boiler, which is a Logic Heat Squared H18. Great. Love it. So now let's back away, and I'm going to take you upstairs now. So follow me. And whilst you're walking, I want you to say in the comments whether this type of decor is to your taste. Or if not, what would you change? Okay, now we are upstairs, or the first floor. I want to point out we do have a loft hatch, so there's storage in the roof space. That's great for a family home. We just started pointing those out. They've always, 99.9% of the time, they're always there. And that's something else to look forward to when you're buying a detached property or a semi-detached house or any house with a roof space. We've got a generous landing. It's U-shaped. You've got views going down to the front of the property. So now we're on the landing. We've got a singular pendant here. That also is on a sensor. I can already see. If you come over here, I'm going to show you. I don't know if the glare is going to distort, going to affect the camera, but that little circular thing that looks like a light is actually a sensor. So again, putting things on sensors means if no one's around, they're going to be off. That's really good. So let me show you the first room on this floor. We're fully carpeted by Sensations carpets. And we're coming into this room, which you would be forgiven for thinking is a primary bedroom, but it's not. In fact, Brian and I were like, this is the primary bedroom. And now we went around and we showed you the fourth bedroom, which we will show you soon. And that is, wow. You'll understand in a second. I like this mirror. Again, this is an optional upgrade. You don't have to have this unit here. Again, a dedicated space for storing your clothes is always welcome. And it doesn't eat into the space of the room because this whole area, it's almost like an additional space. And to be honest, if I wanted to be really indulgent, I'd put one here and I'd put one there too. So you'd have like this unit facing each other and they'd be mirrored. But again, I like what they've done. Storage there, and then they've got like a getting ready reading nook area here with a large mirror. If you wanted to have a TV, this is an obvious TV watching space. Love the generous dresser here as well. I love the choice of dressers, you know. Very beautiful with the curved edges. Really good choices. This is a double or a king size bed. Looks like it's a double bed. But again, I think a king size bed could easily fit because if you are familiar with bed sizes, they are usually quite short up until like double sizes. Then when you get to double sizes, which is like 2 meters in length, they kind of just increase in width. And we've got more than enough horizontal space to work with. Remember, this is not something that comes with the property. This is something that's installed. So if you wanted a larger bed, a king size or a super king, you could go for that. And then you just modify the other furniture pieces around accordingly. There's a large pendant over here and there's spotlights added over there. There's also ceiling all the way around. So I guess the perks of having Bellway add the upgrades is that when it's installed, you get those additional construction details added in. Because again, if you were to do it by yourself, you'd have to request your joiner or handyman or woman to add the sealant. And that might be a bit of an awkward conversation because I think that's basically achieving like a high level of construction and not everyone does that. Most people just build and then leave it. Enough waffling. Going to the ensuite. Of course, we have an ensuite, which is why we thought this was a primary bedroom. We were walking into a tiled floor with a wood appearance, very neutral toned, and I love the choice of the tiling. It's like a stacked formation all the way up and it's all the way around. I really like it. It adds a lot of, this is a bit of a cringy word, but it's verticality into the space. It draws your eyes up. If they went horizontal, it would make the space feel a bit wider. But you have the width. So we've got a 3-piece suite. We've got a chrome towel rail, toilet, sink, and a shower with a handheld device and a large mirror right in front of us. Again, when you visit the show home, they clearly tell you what's an addition, aka an upgrade. Full height tiling is an upgrade, along with the wall tiles, the floor tiles, the chrome tower radiator, and the oak door is an upgrade. So if you wanted to, you could strip those out. But again, it's nice to kind of know you can add those little extra treats. So coming back into our landing space, let's go into this room, which is so groovy. I love touring properties because it's such a buzz. Like you get so much energy from it when you walk between the differently staged rooms. This is such a fun room. It's kind of inspired by Hello Kitty and Friends, but there are a few nods to different characters here. So you've got a large area here for a desk, a workstation, but could be a wardrobe, easily wardrobe space. And then you've got a mirror, an open wardrobe. I have strong opinions on those, by the way. Very nice when you've got staging, but in reality, you just want to throw stuff back in there, not worry about how everything's arranged. But that's cute. So you could actually have wall-to-wall wardrobe. You've got a large window facing your garden, both of these open, lots of fresh air. You've got a trickle vent, so even when they're closed, lots of good, healthy ventilation coming into the bedroom. You've got your radiator socket, so you could have actually put a bedside table here if you want. So your head is over here, and it's kind of being done in a daybed formation with the Hello Kitty headboard here. Again, if you wanted, you could have a double bed here with a bedside table. I like the little, I think this is for dogs actually, or little dogs, or little animals to kind of climb up and cozy with you up in bed. It's very cute. So this is a nicely proportioned single bedroom that can accommodate a larger bed if you needed it. Coming back into the landing, very, very soft carpeting. Show you the family bathroom. So this one is a 3-piece suite. It's fully tiled and the flooring is actually ceramic tile again. I love the choices of the tiles. You can see you've got the floor tiles and a wood plank, the wall tiles and like a really neutral stone. And then they've gone with like a geometric pattern version of this wall tile. And those are all options you can have. So you've got your mirror. I like the position of the mirror actually. So that's really good for like if you're like doing any kind of facial treatments or anything, steaming your face or doing any kind of hair removal or tweaks, touches, not tweaks. We've got a bath with a shower over bath with a glass screen. That's probably going to be an upgrade to have that. But yes, you will have a bath here regardless. And then you've got your sink by rocker embedded into that shelf there. And then you've got your toilet and your faceplate there. And because the sink is pushed back and off the ground, it's easy to wipe the floor, which again is a porcelain tile. And then you have your window there, bringing lots of natural light and a heated tower rail, which is probably an upgrade. Again, it's really nice to kind of be able to pick and choose which upgrades to have. And yeah, that's the family bathroom back onto the carpet. Now we've got the Spider-Man room. Okay. Really like the theme. Did you notice straight away that the cobwebs are on the ceiling? I love that. I mean, the funny thing is when I tour these homes, I always say, I'm going to go back and do it. And then I actually realize how complicated it is and difficult. So well done to whoever painted that on the ceiling. Love the LED strips in that wall. There's a geometric, very mature theme. Very good for any kind of Marvel cinematic universe lover. Again, so we've got a radiator, a window with 2 opening lights facing the rear garden, just like the other bedroom on the other side. A large double bed could be easily upgraded into a king size. I was going to say maybe super king. Let's calm down. King size bed with ample space either side. And then you've got your wardrobe configuration over there. And spin around and see this theme just explode. They've gone even further with a hand-painted mural of Spider-Man himself dangling upside down. I love it. So this whole enclosure, from a practicality point of view, this could be your TV wall, your art wall, your homework, study, work from home wall, or a fully fitted wall-to-wall storage unit with wardrobes. I love it. So again, it's just giving you an idea of what you can do. Let's go back into the landing, and this door is, I'm sure you can guess what's behind the mystery door. It's not going to be a bedroom. It is our hot water cylinder, and up to today's standard, and that's what's powering all of our showers, our heating throughout the entire home. And suspense is going to end right here. We've got our beautiful primary suite here with a 4-poster wooden bed. Wow. Okay, this is, I think it's a super king bed. Yeah, a super king bed, very big with 2 bedside tables. The theme is very elegant. I can't quite put my finger on the theme. So if you know what it is, let me know. It's got inspiration. It is very Pinterest. That's what I would say. Pinterest or Instagram-esque. You've got the natural elements there. You've got contemporary elements. There's fan there against that wall. This whole area is like a really lovely nook for reading. You can put another armchair here. I like this little poof here. We've got wardrobe all the way in there with the mirrored inserts in the door. You can just see there, it's quite a deep wardrobe actually, and it's full height. And there's 2 sides to it, and you can customize the fittings. You can have more drawers, you can have more shelving. It's up to you, and it is by Hammonds and it is an upgrade. But again, the sealant and everything done customizes this perfectly, and it fits perfectly within this little nook here. Coming around, we've got this tall dresser. I think if you're watching a TV, you could put it on this wall actually, so that you can retain this full area as your like dressing area, makeup area, reading area. I like this table. I've never seen something like this, though. I mean, it's quite obvious this can work, and it does work in the space. But I like the tray top table with the really, really elegant stool underneath it. We've got our floor to ceiling curtains with the contemporary black rail on the ceiling. And I've just spotted our bedside tables are actually drop down table lamps. Lamps are actually drop down pendants from the ceiling. So two ideas to kind of add extra personality to the space. We've got a radiator and then a large window configuration with all of these being openable out to the front of the property. Now our primary bedroom has its own suite. This is a beautiful three-piece suite. We've got the window. Again, the tiling is in this kind of natural stone appearance. I think it is actually still porcelain tile, but it's a very high quality one. And it's been matched perfectly to the floor. And they're large format tiles, big size tiles. You've got the hidden the faceplate and the hidden cistern of the toilet, the floating sink, and then this shelving. And I love the border around the mirror as well, with ceiling all the way around. Love that. Again, if this is going to be a wet room, a wet space, we want to make sure that the ceiling is everywhere it needs to be. And it's at all the corners, the joints, all around the fittings, and that's really reassuring. And then in this area we've got a large shower with a handheld device. You step into the tray. I love that. So you step into the tray over here, and then there's a little nook here which someone might be like, what's the point of that? Linen store, towels. You just need to install some shelving there or put in a kind of a floor to ceiling standalone unit. I think IKEA does one of those beautiful kind of storage units that you can have for the wardrobes. So that is it. That's the entire house. This is the ultimate space, the space for relaxing, the best room really on this floor. And I love the way it's been staged. Do you like the decor of this home? Was there anything downstairs that you were like a bit surprised about? But most of all, subscribe, click that subscribe button so you can be notified, because YouTube nowadays, sometimes you get notifications, sometimes you don't. But if you want to be in the know, definitely subscribe. And we post a lot on our community page, so you can read about all of that stuff. And there is, of course, a Patreon page as well where we post updates. We were on a brief break and we're back, so you'll see a lot of stuff on that as well, just catching you up on property vlogs in general. But yeah, if you want to watch more Bellway Homes' tours that we've seen, please click one of these videos that's going to pop up on the screen, and I'll see you in that video. Bye.